I want some guidance from you, as you mentioned that you worked as a spoken trainer. So, with me, I have a problem. Like, I know grammar rules, but when it comes to speak, you know, I use, sometime it happens that I know in my mind that I have to use this correct form of the verb, but when it comes to speak, intentionally or intentionally, I'm not able to recognize that, but I am using some wrong way, not that correct form of the verb I am using. Maybe if I have to use first form of the verb, then in mind I know that I am doing I am not using correct verb, but in at that time I am using second form of the verb, third form of the verb. So how I can deal with that? So, and what we can do for vocabularies, like, is it is really important to chasing for vocabularies, for advanced vocabularies. What I want to say is, if someone wants to become a coach, like a trainer, then what are the steps for if someone wants to start from scratch, like me, if I talk about myself, if I want to teach someone in future, then what can be the steps for me? How? Okay. So do you feel challenges, like you are a trainer, you are professional? So do you still face any challenges in this journey?
Okay,
Hmm.
so do you feel the way English is taught, it makes learners afraid of making mistakes? Do you think there is a problem in the system? So, in your experience, what do you think is the biggest invisible challenge that English learners face? We're talking about invisible challenges, not about grammar or vocabulary.
Hmm.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm fine. And how are you?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. So,
Okay.
yeah, we'll jump straight to the introduction before we move ahead into the conversation.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay. Would you like to go
So,
first?
yeah, okay. So as you know, my name is Rashi Khandelwal. Basically, I was born and brought up in Rajasthan, but now I am based in Haryana. And if I talk about my hobbies, if I talk about my qualifications first, then I have done masters in English, and now I am a homemaker and have a YouTube channel too. And if I talk about my hobbies, then I am a person who loves to read books, but currently I am not able to maintain that consistency. So now these days I am suffering with that. And beside that, I love to write gratitude, doing journaling, scripting, something like that. So that's all about me. So I have a question I want to ask: how you maintain your channel? I mean, how you maintain your consistency? I'm fumbling because I want to have a session with you from very long time, but I was not able. Sometime I was busy, and sometime I was not able to doing conversations. So don't mind if I am doing fumbling a lot. But I want to know how you manage your consistency, as I have seen your channel and you are uploading and you are doing a wonderful job. So how a person can do that?
Thank you so much, first of all, for the appreciation. I think consistency comes when you love what you do. When you love
Hmm.
that, you don't need motivation. You don't have to be consistent. It's just you love doing that, so you continue doing that, and consistency follows. So that is what is
Hmm.
happening with me for my YouTube as well. This is my passion. I love creating content for my channel. So that is how I am being
Okay.
consistent. And also, for any person to be consistent in anything, you need discipline, you need time
Hmm.
management, and you need to think ahead. So as to
Yes.
plan your content or plan your next steps. So I think discipline and consistency, everybody can do it if they have these two things.
Yeah. But it is really not easy for everyone. It is not
Definitely,
easy
it's
because
not easy,
we
but
have
it's
to,
possible.
yeah, it is possible. We have to make content in advance. If I talk about for YouTube channel especially.
Yes, because you have to plan
So,
your conversations. At least conversations are easier, easy content. It's just talking to a
hmm.
person and record the session. Well,
Hmm.
editing might take time if you don't have anything that much to edit, but it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
Conversations are easy content, but solo videos, extremely difficult. You have to create the script and take retakes for the perfect shot. That is very difficult.
it happens. It happens. So, another question I have. But before that, if you want to ask something, then you can ask.
No, that's okay because you already mentioned that you had a few questions that you would like to discuss. So I'm all
Yeah.
ears. Go ahead.
Actually, I want some guidance from you as you mentioned that you worked as a spoken trainer. So, with me, I have a problem. Like, I know grammar rules, but when it comes to speak, you know, I use, sometime it happens that I know in my mind that I have to use this correct form of the verb, but when it comes to speak, intentionally or intentionally, I'm not able to recognize that, but I am using some wrong way, not that correct form of the verb I am using. Maybe if I have to use first form of the verb, then in mind I know that I am doing I am not using correct verb, but in at that time I am using second form of the verb, third form of the verb. So how I can deal with that? I am not able to work on this.
So, do you know exactly where you lack, which grammatical structure you lack? Do you have the clear understanding of that?
It comes when, what I feel about me is when when I write something, then everything is okay. But when I speak, then tense related mistakes are very huge with me. I think I do more.
Yes, tense related. For basic speaking, just the simple past, simple present, simple future is more than enough. But since your English is
Yes.
already good and you are quite fluent, now you have to focus more on accuracy. And yes, the small nuances also become important. Once you realize where you're lacking, I think you can practice that specific problem of yours. Maybe have a
Okay.
conversation with ChatGPT, tell it, help me master
Hmm.
this tense, or this is where I keep making mistakes. So, can you give me
Okay.
specific activities that I can practice to enhance this via
Hmm.
speaking, via conversations? Because you are already good at writing. And writing is not the
Hmm.
true judgment of your fluency because you have time
Hmm.
while writing. So, it has got nothing to do with fluency. So, speaking is
Yes,
a
same.
different practice altogether. So through conversations, you can improve that specific thing with ChatGPT, where you can use that verb tense and it can create scenarios for you. So I think with
Okay.
practice it will come, or whatever you lack, try talking about it more, either recording yourself or having conversations with ChatGPT. So that is going to help you. Nothing but practice.
Okay.
Practice that specific thing that
With
you lack in.
practice.
Yes.
Okay. With practice, it will fine.
Yes, and I think, being grammatically perfect is, I think, not that possible for everybody. Because even I make
Hmm.
mistakes. Maybe there is not a pattern, exact pattern. Whenever this thing comes, I'm making a mistake. Doesn't happen. Maybe it is slip of tongue, it will happen. But
Hmm.
I'm just telling to say that it's not going to be perfect. But yes, you have to keep working on
Yes.
yourself.
Because sometimes I feel that because of those mistakes, I don't know, because I have that rule in my mind. That's why I feel that I am doing mistakes, or it is just a belief that I had created in my mind. But when I realize it, but in between any conversation, I start more fumbling. I start like, hesitated, and I'm not able to express my thought very confidently. That happens. So I want to work on this because I feel when I have that command on my tongue, then maybe my fluency will get better version from now.
Yes, it's all the game of confidence because confidence comes after speaking, not before that. You can just
Yes.
keep it in your head. I'll be confident, but that doesn't happen. After you speak, you'll start feeling more confident about yourself. So that is the thing about
Okay.
confidence. So I think, yeah, with more practice, definitely you can improve.
Okay. So, and what we can do for vocabularies, like, is it is really important to chasing for vocabularies, for advanced vocabularies. What I want to say is, or just work with our fluency, we go with normal words, maintain our pace, and that will work for us.
Yes. Um, For me, in my case, maybe if you are a trainer, you have to
Hmm.
equip yourself. You have to have good knowledge of vocabulary, words, idioms. Then it is essential for you. But if you're considering English just as a means of communication and you need it for daily life, then I would highly
Hmm.
recommend use simple English because we live in India and you cannot see
Hmm.
people anywhere in your routine life who speak
Hmm.
advanced vocabulary, they will not even understand you. But if you are passionate about it, or you are
Hmm.
planning to teach other people, then it's obviously a good idea to go through good vocabulary. So the same rule applies. Whenever you come across a word, try to learn it, try to make sentences out of it. But the main important thing is you need to keep revisiting that word. If you do not
Hmm.
visit it often, recently a trainer gave me a very good example. If a person doesn't invite you to a party, in spite of them knowing you, it means to say
Hmm.
they don't visit you often, you're not in touch with them. That is the reason they
Hmm.
forget to invite you, but they know you. The same thing about
Hmm.
vocabulary, you know the vocabulary, but you're not revisiting it, you're not in touch with it. Once you becoming getting in touch with it again and again, then I think you can incorporate that vocabulary in your speech. That's about vocabulary. And also I told you, it's not that important, it depends on your goal, what you want to do.
And if someone wants to become a coach, like a trainer, then what are the steps for if someone wants to start from scratch, like me, if I talk about myself, if I want to teach someone in future, then what can be the steps for me? How I can prepare myself for that?
Yes, the best thing is you work upon yourself. Okay, you develop the skills, and you're already in a stage where you can train beginners with their sentence
Okay.
formation, with their fluency. You can start now. But if you want a certification, I think you can go for TEFL, TESOL certifications are there. That you can do. But that is going to teach you how to teach. But it's not going to give
Yes.
you the nuances of English language. It's not going to teach you English. It'll just give you a
Hmm.
certification and how you can teach English. That's it. But the practice has to be from your end. Maybe you can join tutors and further refine your English, or you can practice by
Hmm.
yourself and you can do that. But the more you teach people, the more you learn. So there is no right time to begin. It may be different levels. If you start now, you can start in training beginners. You can become perfect in that. Later, you can shift to intermediates, learn from them, and you learn, teach
Hmm.
them. So it is a two-way road. So gradually, you will improve.
Okay. So, if I can say, there is not perfect time. If I am waiting for, if someone is waiting for any perfect time, then this fluency we will get and then we will start. That is not like that.
No, no. There's no perfect time to start anything. You start and then remaining things follow.
Okay. So do you feel challenges, like you are a trainer, you are professional. So do you still face any challenges in this journey? Like vocabulary, revisiting the vocabularies. Do you still face that I am not getting the mean of the word instantly and something like happens with you also?
See, since I speak in simple English, my mind is not searching for vocabulary. It's not searching for
Hmm.
the exact, no, what can I speak better than this? That is not happening with me because speak simple English and I want everybody to understand me. So that is not my
Hmm.
intention. So simple words I have been speaking for so many years. So I don't have to fight. In my mind, everything is fixed. So it
Hmm.
is the language in which I think, in which keep revisiting in my brain all the time in English. It is the language that I talk to myself more than my native language. So I don't have to struggle a
Okay.
lot with English words. But challenges, sometimes while having conversations, I zone out. So that is one challenge. It's very difficult to stay focused during conversations. It happens with everybody. It
Yes.
happens with me as well. I zone out sometimes. That's one challenge. Other than that, yeah, if there is somebody better than me, definitely they'll come to know my mistakes. Maybe even minute
Hmm.
ones, they can catch it. So it
Hmm.
happens. That is it. There is nothing like a challenge that I face. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we can say it is a natural growth. As much as we will practice, then it will come with time. We
Yes,
can't
it's
change
very,
it in a single night or within some hours. We can't change that.
that's true.
Yes. So I have my question and I ask them, if you have something in your mind, then you can please.
Yes, just give me 1 second. There is a notification popping up again and again.
Okay.
So I'll just deal with this first. Yes, I have a few questions for you. Okay, so
Hmm.
do you feel the way English is taught, it makes learners afraid of making mistakes? Do you think there is a problem in the system in how it is taught? Otherwise, why are
Uh,
people afraid of making mistakes? Why do they have this psychological problem?
Mm, I think we have this, like we have taught in our school that there is no space for mistakes, something like that we have in our mind. So, and when we work for spoken, especially now we are not children, now we are not going to schools, we are, we are mature enough. So at that time, we have that feel that someone will judge us, and we feel ashamed, we feel scared sometimes that as much that we can't have that courage that how we speak, how we can express. So I think that mentality that there is no space for mistakes, that is the one reason. And the second is, yes, I feel that there is shortcomings in our systems also, if we talk about is English especially, because what atmosphere, like I am from Hindi medium, and some they who are from English mediums also, they also mentioned that the atmosphere of the schools is not like that we can speak in English, and in our families, in our play, in our home, like we don't have that atmosphere, that surroundings. So we can't improve in that. Nowadays we are trying to and make that environment online by social media. So in this way we are learning, but yes, we are mature enough, so we have that if what will happen if someone will mention my mistake in between any conversation, he will judge me, and how I will fulfill at that time, and how I will maintain that that conversation. Because at after a age when someone says that you are wrong, it hits me, it hits us also. So it is very very small thing, but it depends on us also how we taking that, how we getting that
Exactly.
idea that if someone is highlighting our mistakes, so we have to work on that. It is not a very big deal, but yes, this is in our mind.
Yes, it is so difficult for us to receive feedback. When somebody says
Yes.
this is wrong, immediately it goes under fight mode. Like our ego gets hurt. So that is where the problem starts. But wrong is wrong. We have to learn to take
Hmm.
feedback positively. And also, I think with the system, we are focusing more on being correct because it is written. You have to write and it has to
Yes.
be correct. That is the focus.
Hmm.
There is nowhere it is taught that you have to communicate. That is not there in the system.
No,
It is just correct.
no
So
one
that is
is
why,
working on communication.
yes, that is why it is fixed in our mind. That pressure is there that we have to speak
Yes.
correct. What if, what if, what if? We have what if we make mistakes? What if people judge us? What if people laugh at us? But you know how much we are overthinking about it. Maybe in 100 conversations, one or two people might have corrected our mistakes or might have pointed out that you are wrong, unless it is their
Hmm.
duty, unless you have joined some platform where trainers they have to stop and correct you every time. In real life it
Hmm.
doesn't happen. Since you're also having conversations, how many times has it been that people have stopped you? Ma'am, this is wrong, can you correct
No.
this? Doesn't happen. Nobody has
Mm,
laughed at us, nobody has
yes,
judged us so far. But it's always there in our mind. What if? So we think of it 100 times, but it happens like maybe once or twice. So I think it is a skill that we
definitely.
have to learn.
Yes, because whenever someone says that you are wrong, then there is a fight, and we try to prove ourselves like, no, I can't make any mistake. I am right. This happens. Uh, don't know, subconsciously it is fixed in our mind, but we try to prove ourselves right. We don't try to accept that. So I think this is the loophole. If we accept that, then we can work easily on our.
Yes, unless you do not have an open mind for learning, you cannot learn. If your ego is
Yes.
bigger than your mindset has to be open. Once you're in the open, you have to be open to criticism, to judgment, to
Hmm.
getting feedback. You have to be open to this. Only then you will see improvement. Otherwise, you will stay where
Yes.
you are. You'll stay with your ego. That's it.
Yes, this happens. And I feel English is, any language, we can't learn it by reading books only. We can't learn it by some trainers only. Until we will not speak by our mouth, we are not going to learn it. So this happens. And at a moment, at some time, we feel that it comes naturally. We don't have to, push our mind to get words to make sentences. So it happens naturally. So this is, until we will not do our practice, then nothing is going to be turned and to be, in our favor.
Yes, you can consume a lot of content. I think listening is going to help you tremendously while in terms of consumption. But for production, that you have to speak. Only then you will know where you stand. Because in your mind, everything is
Yes,
there. You think, oh, I'm going to be perfect in this session. But the minute you open your mouth, it's total different story. So many things come into picture.
definitely,
Because just listening and all
definitely.
of consumption is silent skill. You can do it silently. But speaking is public skill. And whenever something is a public skill, it creates fear. It's natural. Because of
Yes,
fear, low
definitely.
confidence, you will make mistakes, even though you know the correct things. So it is always better to speak and practice. There is no other way.
It is happening with me now. I was planning with you. I was planning what I will say to you, how I will speak, but now nothing is like that. Whatever I have in my mind, I feel that I forget.
No, but still you're putting
So
it wonderfully. You're not giving me short answers. You're elaborating and
yes,
explaining yourself. So you're really doing well. But in case
thank
people are
you.
not prepared or they're very nervous, they'll give short answers and they'll keep quiet. But that's not happening with you. That shows that you have been practicing, you have been talking to people. So it gives you the confidence to face anybody and talk. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, this I feel this is my plus point, or I can say that I sometimes it is very short when I feel that I am feeling hesitating.
Okay.
I'm not able to express something I have in my mind to say, but when I do fumbling, then I feel that there is something wrong. I have to keep quiet. At that time I feel, but somehow I manage and somehow I speak again. So this is with me.
Yes, I think it happens with majority of us. It's just you have to keep pushing yourself. All is well. Just keep
Yes.
going. Fumbling happens because I'm fumbling a lot in this session, maybe because I took a break. Maybe for 1 week I was not talking to anybody. I was just working on my solo content.
Okay.
And suddenly when I have conversations, it's about two people speaking. And I don't have environment around me in English. I don't talk to anybody in English around me. So it is difficult for me as well. So suddenly when I am having this conversation, it becomes difficult. Because all this while I was talking to ChatGPT, I was talking to my books, I was writing, reading. So that is
Hmm.
total different game. Speaking is a totally different game.
Yes. Even I feel talking to ChatGPT or any AI tool is totally different, because I have tried it with some kind of applications, like CV application is there,
Mm-hmm.
and Ace Fluency is also there. So you can talk with their AI tools also. But when you speak with a with a friend, with a family member, with a at a public place especially,
Mm-hmm.
at that time you feel zone out. At that time that is totally different, whatever you have prepared with those AI tools, with ChatGPT. That is the I can say main examination of our English.
That
This
is
is what I feel.
true. Yes, it is true. Okay.
Yeah.
So, in your experience, what do you think is the biggest invisible challenge that English learners face? We're talking about invisible challenges, not about grammar or vocabulary.
Hmm. Invisible challenges is uh, we think that we will practice on daily basis, but practically we are not doing it. Like I have make a challenge that I will practice on daily basis, like 30 minutes I will do practice, but I will do it for one day, second day, and after third, or maybe after a week I will forget. If I am not getting that fluency, people are like, they don't want to wait.
Mm,
They just think first day they will use advanced vocabulary, and then they will do like they will speak like a native speaker. This is the main challenge which I feel. And the
mm,
second thing is we have lots of things in our mind. We will do listening, writing, everything in a day. So this is not going to happen. We have to keep patience. So patience is another, I feel, invisible
yes.
factor, because we don't have as much patience. We want to do everything, like listening, reading, writing, speaking, fourth in a single day, and we are not able to manage our time. And then we feel pressure. So after pressure we feel that it is not my cup of tea, so I'm not going to do it. I'm done with it. So not like that. You can choose one or two. So I feel patience is also important. And the third thing is procrastination. Again, same with first factor. So procrastination is biggest enemy I feel, because I am dealing with it. I am trying to become inconsistent more, because I know somewhere that I can do, but when I feel lazy, sometimes it happens that my laziness is overcoming on me.
Mm.
So at that time I feel, no, Rashi, you have to give, you have to sit and you have to do conversation. So in this way I'm dealing it. So I think these three factors are invisible factors.
Yes, wonderfully explained, I would say, because if a person starts working out, so in 30 days they want to see abs. If they don't find improvement, they discontinue, they feel demotivated.
Yes.
What do you think is why is it difficult for people to stay consistent in their practice? Other than the fact that they want quicker results, is there anything else that is holding people back, especially while practicing English?
um what I feel is, we want fluency within some days.
Mm.
And we are trying, we start comparing ourselves to those who are working on themselves, like for from last 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
Like for example, I am comparing myself from you with you. So how I can compare myself, because you have a proper proper, what I can say, proper experience of 2 years. Like as you mentioned that you are running this YouTube channel and you are doing and you have worked like a trainer. But I am in this field and I am doing this conversation from last 1 year, and still I am not consistent on that. So the result will not same. So how much we are giving, from how much we are giving inputs, we are not looking for that. We are just looking for the outputs. We are
Yes.
looking for the results. So when we are not able to speak like native speaker and with fluency, and when we do fumbling, then we feel that it is not going to work out, and at that time we feel that it is not for ours. This is what I feel, because I have observed this. When my friends, when I speak with them, I try to speak with them and I try to, make their mind that we will talk in English. In this way, we can improve, because they also want to learn this. But when in that single conversation, after 1 or 2 minutes, they say, Rashi, we just talk in our native language. We are not feeling that. So how you can do that? So this happens.
Yes. People do not want to feel uncomfortable because when something is new,
Yes.
it is uncomfortable. Your native language is comfortable. You find connection with it. You are connecting with it on a personal note. But in English, you cannot
Yes.
express yourself properly because you don't know that uh, too much of English to express your feelings and all the small things. You don't feel that connection towards English and you feel uncomfortable. You feel, let's be comfortable. And unless you are uncomfortable, you're not growing in your life. You have to leave your comfort
Yes.
zone. You have to leave things that make you feel comfortable. Only then you see real progress
Definitely.
and real growth.
English is like a professional language for all of us.
Yes.
Very, very, very less who feels that connectivity with this language, because it is not our native language, it is a foreign language. But as much as we can speak, this will help us.
Yes. If you talk to your loved ones, your husband, your friends, your family in English, only then you will get that personal connection. So I think you
Yes.
slowly, slowly here and there you have to include English dialogues in your family as well. Then slowly you will start feeling
Yes.
English is my language. And that is how you'll start feeling
Yeah.
comfortable.
Definitely. And in this way, they are also learning, not on big structures of English, but some small phrases, daily routine words. They are also try starting, to using this. And in this way, I can say they are also improving. They are also learning new things, not for professional purposes, but they are also improving a lot. Still, if they have to maintain any conversation with their kids, or maybe in today's Gen Z kids, so they can maintain that.
Gen Z kids have a total different story. They have different English altogether.
Yeah, we are not able to understand that.
Yes, we
We
are
I sometimes I
outdated.
feel I have to search about those words.
Yes, true. And
Yes.
what about your English? So, have you been speaking in English, or it was just like you completed your graduation in MA English literature? It was more about writing and studying English, or have you been speaking English for a long time now?
No, my English, if I talk about my graduation time or post graduation time, so my college was Hindi medium, so that was only for academics. I have to read the
Mm,
books, answer, and write it in the examination, then I will get my degree. It was only for that. So at that time, I was not speaking with anyone. And after that, I took a break. I mean, I was preparing for some examinations. So I forget how to speak in English
mm,
because that was not in my mind that I want to work on English. It was not my priority at that time. But when after my marriage, when I come with my husband in a metro city, and I visited some places, I feel that I can work on me because English is
yes.
something like it grooms your personality also. Then I started speaking with friends. Then I started on applications like audio calls. Then I came to know that these kind of conversations are also on YouTube, and we can connect with some YouTubers and we can practice with them. So in this way, for speaking, I can say I have started from last year in the month of February. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good progress. Honestly speaking, you've been doing really well. So, anything else? We are running out of time. So, was there any other
Uh,
question? Anything else you would like to add?
no, I have asked as much question as it was possible. So
Yes.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, then it was really wonderful talking to you. You're a good speaker. Yes, grammar mistakes here and there are there, but your pronunciation is different. It's not, see, when a person is not used to speak in English, they cannot speak like you, like a proficient. You're quite proficient in the language
Okay.
when it comes to pronunciation, accent. You're sounding natural. I cannot find any heavy pronunciation mistakes or MTI in your the way you speak. So that is really good. Otherwise, people struggle at it. But your fluency also is
Okay.
good. Very minute grammar mistakes are there, so that you can correct through your practice.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't
And
know whether you
a
wanted
big
a
thank you.
feedback or no, but I
No,
just
I
told it
really
from my
want.
head.
If you didn't give that, I will ask to you. And I'm
Oh,
really feeling happy that you are noticed something positive in that.
yes, definitely. You're doing a good job. So keep up the practice, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting my request, and thank you for inviting me here. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I
Bye
enjoyed a
bye.
lot, and I learned a lot from you.